Hello, my name is Jaden Mertz, and today we are going to be talking about horror. The genre of horror is a staple in today's media, making its way into movies, books, plays, and even video games. It has a major impact on the history of entertainment.
Hold on.
Oh, yes.
What is horror?
That is a good question. What is horror? The horror genre began in the late 1800s with Georges Méliès's Le Manoir du Diable, later known in English as The Haunted Castle. The movie has everything ranging from animated skeletons to vampires transforming. It wasn't spooky, but it was the first ever production to show the supernatural. Nowadays, horror is known for its creepy killers, gore, and jump scares with the intent to shock the viewer. It triggers the fight or flight response in people that some love the thrill of feeling. Most horror movies revolve around the victim of a mass killer, a crazed doctor in their experiment, zombies, cryptids. If you can name it, there is probably a movie about it. Like, there is Thanksgiving, a Thanksgiving movie. You don't see much of those often. And one of my favorites, Uncle Sam. It revolves around a zombie Uncle Sam. It's a good movie. I suggest watching it. Anyway, the horror genre is split up into a few smaller categories, being labeled as slashers, supernatural, monsters, sci-fi. Thriller, though, on the other hand, is not classified as horror. A thriller revolves around how the story is told. They have plot twists, not as much blood, and rely more on the plot itself, while horror films ensure that you won't be sleeping with your lights off. Horror movies depend on the gross-out factor of a kill, also relying on the suspense of what may be hiding behind an old creaky door or a cobweb-filled basement. And special effects in horror films can make or break how the audience reacts. Some people prefer to use CGI, as it can be cheap and changed later on, while practical effects can cost more and sometimes only be used once per take. The downside of CGI is trying to make it look real, like Sweeney Todd, the 2005 film. You need to find someone who knows enough about the program, and you need to also make sure that the actors can react to what they can't see, as if they don't have that physical object to react to, unless the director chooses to add a fill-in that they can change later on. Practical effects can look far better, as the reactions of the characters can be genuine because they can see what is happening. But if a shot gets messed up, and when it comes down to props that need to be destroyed, you will need multiple backups. Some prop makers have found ways to reuse these props, such as glass bottles that can fit back together like a puzzle piece, or body parts that are held together with magnets and Velcro, making a piece last longer than a usual one-use prop. I love the creative of films that take common day objects and use them as weapons, like a lamppost, stapler, or a full-on... As I was saying, I love the creativity of films that take common everyday objects and use them as weapons. Say a lamppost, a stapler, folding chair. Ow. The Belko Project is a great example, as it revolves around the employees locked in a building, forced to fight each other with only their office supplies to defend for themselves. Also, it's already 10:21 p.m. We gotta wrap this up because we need to turn this in by 11:50. Got it! I know. Look, we'll get done at like 10:30, alright? Thank you. Anyway, as I was saying, I don't like that guy. More on the theming of horror films. They range from being goofy and humorous, like the Scary Movie franchise, to being based on true events, such as the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Most movies are from book adaptations or inspired by real-life serial killers. The stories are usually played up to be more gory, but the idea that these killers were possibly out there and after the audience was the intention made by the directors. John Carpenter renewed the Halloween franchise in 2018 and cut the idea of Laurie being Michael's sister because He felt like it gave Michael a reason to be hunting down Laurie. Cutting the connection between them made it seem like he was less organized and that he was just killing for no reason. The sci-fi films played more into what could happen, although there's a highly unlikely chance of them ever taking place, like the Alien films and Predator. I also like that too. They are more of the fear factor of being gross and gory. Nothing is really scary about them except for the jump scares thrown in. Anyway, the horror genre is a hit or miss to some people, as they may be sensitive to the image of blood, prefer not to be on the edge of their seats to the sound of a broken Jack-in-the-Box, or they prefer not to know what lurks in the shadows. Ooh. But there's one thing that we can all agree on. It is the best thing to do on a first date. Show a girl that you're strong without even lifting up a weight. Thank you, and you have a good day.